I just want to give you a little bit of advice about fledglings. When you find them outside, you had enough, mate? He's just been fed. If you go to your vet, you can get these 1 ml feeders. You cut the ends off. You then mix a little bit of porridge with water, and you're only giving them about that much at a time, about 3 or 4 drops at a time, and it looks like they'll swallow. Quite a lot will go down into the throat. They'll do it themselves. You haven't got to do it. It's just to make sure that the food goes right down the throat, not in the beak, down the throat. If you can find a noise, it might be a whistle, or as I do, I just do a bit of a and that's enough. And then if they open the beak again, you just squeeze a little bit more down and you leave them, and you keep doing that. If they're little fledglings like this, then you will be needing to do that about every half an hour. When you find fledglings, what you've got to remember is that nature makes sure that birds have a big clutch of eggs. So, you know, you're talking perhaps 5 or 6 babies. Nature knows that maybe one is going to survive. I know it's not nice for you, but the best thing you can do, you can find a little fledgling. If it's not pouring with rain, if it is dry, get a little flower pot, put a bit of kitchen roll in the bottom, something like that, and wedge a flower pot up in a hedge somewhere, or up in a tree, just high off the ground. The parents are there. They will feed it. On the rare occasions, the parents might be had by a cat, but the other parent can still raise it. As I say, just don't phone your animal sanctuaries and say, "Oh, I've got a fledgling in the garden." Don't take it to them. They've got enough to do. If they're going to do what I've just showed you what to do, and ideally put the baby back, or the babies back. If you think that they're not going to survive, then you're going to have a go yourself and do it. But please don't phone the rescue centres or the bird centres. They've got enough to do without you just taking fledglings in that really need to be left. I know it's not nice, but it is just part of nature. When you bring them in, if you want to look after them yourself, little guinea pig cage, or what I've got is a little hamster cage. I've just put a cuddly toy in so they've got something to cuddle up to, both of them. There's another one at that end. That one's a baby robin. This one's, I think, is a little baby sparrow. If you have got it in a sunny room, make sure you put a cover over so as it doesn't get direct sun, because that's the worst thing you can do. They'll overheat. You don't have to cover them up, but just put it over halfway. You can make sure, I say make sure there's food and water in there. At this stage, his stage, wants to be fed. This one, there's a little thing of water in there and some very fine budgie seed in there, and I'll put some soggy bread in there as well. But again, even that size, they're still waiting to be fed, so perhaps on a cocktail stick, something like that, or you can try feeding the same as the other way. But have a go yourself, or if need be, leave them outside under cover somewhere. The parents will come for them.